Welcome to Partner Talks, a podcast for partners by Deriv. Remember, this podcast is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial or investment advice. It is considered accurate and correct at the date of publication. Changes in circumstances after the time of publication may impact the accuracy of the video.
We're diving into the world of tactical indices today.
Tactical indices.
That's right.
Yeah.
Specifically, how to use them to automate silver trading strategies.
Interesting.
These things use the RSI,
RSI.
the Relative Strength Index.
Oh, cool.
Know what you're thinking?
What's that?
RSI. That's old school. But trust me, these indices take it to a whole new level.
So we're not just like tweaking old strategies.
Right.
This is something totally new.
Brand new type of trading instrument.
Wow.
And you know what else?
What?
They can potentially automate your silver trades.
Sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Well, they're based on technical analysis,
I see.
and that's where the RSI comes in.
Gotcha.
So for busy traders like you and me who can't be glued to the charts all day,
All day.
these indices could be a game changer.
How so?
They have predefined rules.
Predefined.
Built right in.
Okay.
And these rules trigger buy or sell orders for silver
I'm listening.
based on the RSI. It takes the guesswork out of trading.
I can see that. Yeah. Fear and greed can really mess things up.
Exactly.
So you're saying I can basically set my trading strategy on autopilot.
You got.
Let the index do the heavy lifting.
That's the idea.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because it's all rule-based, you're less likely to make those impulsive trades.
The ones driven by fear or greed.
Exactly.
So it's like having a disciplined trading robot working for me 24/7.
You got it. Now, specifically, we're talking about
Right?
silver RSI tactical indices.
Okay.
They focus on silver as the underlying asset.
Silver, got it.
And the company behind these indices is Deriv.
Deriv.
They've got a 25-year history in online trading.
25 years. That's a while.
It is.
So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it might give you some confidence in their approach.
Makes sense.
But before we get too deep into the weeds,
Okay.
let's back up and talk about the RSI.
The RSI.
Yeah, the Relative Strength Index. I know it's a popular indicator, but
What?
some listeners might need a refresher.
Fair enough.
So what is it?
Well, the RSI is a momentum oscillator.
Momentum oscillator.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It measures the magnitude of recent price changes in silver
Yeah.
to identify potential overbought or oversold conditions.
Interesting.
It helps you gauge whether silver is likely to continue its current trend or reverse course.
So even though these indices automate the trading,
Right.
it's still important to understand the basics of the RSI.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
It's like knowing the rules of the road before you start driving.
Driving.
Yeah, you might have a GPS
Okay.
to guide you, but understanding those traffic laws helps you make better decisions.
And avoid accidents.
Exactly.
I like that analogy.
Thanks.
So walk us through how the RSI works.
Okay.
What are those key levels or signals traders look for?
Okay, so generally speaking, an RSI above 70 suggests silver might be overbought.
Overbought.
Yeah, and an RSI below 30 suggests it might be oversold.
Interesting.
Now, this doesn't guarantee an immediate reversal,
Okay.
but it can be an early warning sign
For what?
that the current trend might be losing steam.
So it's kind of like a fuel gauge,
A fuel gauge.
giving you an indication of whether the market is running out of steam.
Yeah, in one direction or another.
I like that.
Good.
But it's not just about those overbought and oversold levels.
Right.
Traders also look for patterns
Patterns.
in the RSI, like divergences,
Okay.
which can signal potential trend reversals.
Interesting.
For example, if silver keeps hitting new highs,
Okay.
but the RSI fails to follow suit, that could be a bearish divergence,
Bearish divergence.
hinting at a potential pullback.
Gotcha.
So even though these indices are doing all the calculations and executing the trades for us,
Right.
understanding these basic RSI concepts
Yeah.
can help us choose the right index for our trading style and goals.
Absolutely. Now, Deriv has designed two main categories of silver RSI tactical indices.
Okay, let's hear about those.
Momentum strategy,
Momentum.
designed to ride the prevailing trend,
Okay,
and contrarian strategy,
you're carrying.
which aim to profit from reversals.
Two very different approaches,
Yeah.
but both based on RSI signals.
Exactly.
So this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay, I'm ready.
Can you break down each of these categories
Yeah.
and explain how the specific indices work?
Absolutely. Let's start with the momentum strategies.
Okay.
The silver RSI Trend Up Index is designed to capitalize on upward momentum.
Upward momentum.
Yeah, it essentially mimics a leveraged long position in silver when the RSI is high.
So if the price of silver is rising
Right.
and the RSI is confirming that upward momentum, this index would amplify my potential gains.
That's the idea. It's like
Okay.
adding fuel to the fire when silver's already hot.
Gotcha. Now, the silver RSI trend down index
Yes.
does the opposite.
Right.
It's designed to capitalize on downward momentum.
Exactly.
So when the RSI is low, suggesting a downtrend,
Yep.
this index simulates a leveraged short position in silver.
You got it.
So if silver is falling
Yeah.
and the RSI is confirming that downward movement,
Yes.
this index could help maximize returns on that downward trend.
Exactly. It's like having a safety net to cushion your fall when silver takes a dip.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the contrarian strategies.
Okay.
These are designed to profit from those potential reversals in the market.
Right.
The first one here is the silver RSI pullback index.
Pullback index.
This one really intrigues me.
So
Tell me more.
Okay, so think of it as a strategy that anticipates when silver might be getting ahead of itself.
Ahead of itself.
Yeah, when the RSI is high,
Yep.
signaling a potential overbought condition,
Uh-huh.
this index simulates a leveraged short position,
Okay.
aiming to capitalize on a potential downward correction or pullback.
And finally, we have the silver RSI rebound index,
Rebound index.
which is the opposite of the pullback index, right?
It is
So when the RSI is low,
low.
suggesting silver might be oversold,
Right.
this index simulates a leveraged long position,
Okay,
seeking to profit from a potential upward reversal or rebound.
you got it.
So it's essentially trying to capture those buy low, sell high moments.
That's a great way to put it.
It's about anticipating those shifts in momentum
Yeah.
and positioning yourself to potentially profit from them.
Exactly.
These indices sound incredibly powerful.
They are.
But before we delve into the benefits and risks,
Okay.
it's important to remember that leverage is involved,
Right.
which means potential gains and losses are magnified.
Absolutely.
So while these indices automate the trading process,
Yeah.
it's crucial to understand the impact of leverage
Uh-huh.
and manage your risk accordingly.
Well said. Now let's shift gears a bit
Yep.
and explore the potential benefits of using these tactical indices.
Benefits.
Yeah, what advantages do they offer traders?
Especially those who are focused on efficiency and potentially maximizing their returns.
Great question. One of the biggest advantages is the automation itself.
Automation.
These indices remove the need for constant monitoring. They allow you to set your strategy in advance and let the index execute trades based on predefined rules.
Sounds incredibly liberating,
It is.
especially for busy traders who can't afford to be glued to their screens all day.
Absolutely. And because it's rule-based, it helps you avoid impulsive trades driven by fear or greed.
Potentially leading to more consistent results.
Exactly.
So it's not just about saving time,
Yeah.
but also about improving trading discipline.
Precisely. And there are other potential benefits as well,
Like what?
like reduced trading costs
Right.
and increased access to sophisticated trading strategies
Interesting.
that might otherwise be difficult to implement manually.
So even traders who aren't technical analysis experts
Right.
can potentially benefit from these advanced strategies.
That's the idea. It's like having a team of expert traders working for you,
For me,
automatically executing trades based on proving strategies.
this is all starting to sound very appealing.
I agree.
But before we get too carried away,
Okay.
let's address the elephant in the room.
Which is?
Risk.
Risk, of course. Leverage is a powerful tool,
It is.
but it can amplify losses as well as gains.
That's the truth.
It's crucial to understand the risks involved
Uh-huh.
and use these indices responsibly.
Absolutely. We'll delve deeper into those risk considerations later on.
We will.
But for now, let's continue exploring the potential benefits of tactical indices,
Okay.
especially for traders who are seeking efficiency and potentially maximizing their returns.
Sounds good to me. Let's dive back in.
I'm eager to learn more.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
Let's get back to those potential benefits
For sure.
for traders.
Right.
Those who are really looking to maximize returns.
Especially those folks.
What can these silver RSI tactical indices do?
Well, one of the biggest advantages is leverage.
Leverage.
Yeah, the potential for amplified gains through leverage.
I knew you were going to say leverage.
It's a big one.
It is.
Remember these indices?
Okay.
They're designed to mimic leveraged positions in silver.
Right.
So if the market moves in your favor, those gains,
Yeah.
they can be magnified.
That's the exciting part, right?
It is.
Turning a small move in silver into a significant profit.
That's the idea.
Okay, but I know what you're going to say.
What's that?
Leverage is a double-edged sword.
It is.
It can magnify losses just as easily as gains.
You're absolutely right. Risk management is paramount
Paramount.
when dealing with leverage.
Right.
But the beauty of these tactical indices is that,
They're more sophisticated.
right, they incorporate a level of sophistication that goes beyond simply holding a leveraged position.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
For example, let's take the silver RSI Trend Up Index.
Trend up.
Yeah. It mimics buying silver with 3x leverage when the RSI is high.
Suggesting a strong uptrend.
Right.
But it's not just blindly going long all the time.
No, it's not.
It adjusts its leverage based on the strength of the RSI signal.
Precisely. It's like having a dynamic leverage system.
Built right in.
Yeah, built right into the index.
Potentially maximizing exposure when the uptrend is strong.
Exactly.
And minimizing it when the momentum weakens.
That's the idea.
That's pretty clever.
Thanks.
And I imagine the silver RSI trend down index works in a similar way.
It does. When the RSI is low, suggesting a strong downtrend,
Okay.
it mimics selling silver with 3x leverage.
I'll bet.
But when the RSI is high, it dials back the leverage,
Okay.
only mimicking buying silver with 1x leverage.
So it's essentially saying I'm more confident about shorting silver when the RSI is really low.
Yes.
But I'll be more cautious when the RSI is high.
Exactly.
It's dynamic leverage adjustment.
Yeah.
That's a key difference between just using leverage on your own
Yeah.
and utilizing these sophisticated tactical indices.
It-
So we've got amplified gains through leverage
Uh-huh.
and a dynamic leverage adjustment based on the RSI.
Right.
What other benefits can these indices offer?
Well, think about the convenience factor.
Convenience.
Yeah, these indices automate the entire trading process.
Entire trading process.
That means you don't have to spend hours analyzing charts,
I see.
calculating indicators, or manually executing trades.
That's a huge time saver,
It is.
especially for traders who have other commitments or just want to simplify their trading approach.
Absolutely.
And because trades are executed automatically based on predefined rules,
Yes.
no more second-guessing yourself or making impulsive decisions based on fear or greed.
Exactly.
So it's not just about efficiency,
No.
but also about potentially improving trading discipline.
Precisely.
And, because you're not constantly placing and adjusting trades,
Right.
you can also potentially reduce trading costs. That's another big plus.
It is especially for active traders.
Now, let's not forget about accessibility.
Accessibility.
These tactical indices provide access to sophisticated trading strategies
Right?
that might otherwise be difficult or time-consuming to implement manually.
Yeah, they could be.
So even traders who aren't technical analysis experts
Right.
can potentially benefit from these advanced strategies.
Absolutely.
It's like having a team of expert traders working for you,
Working for you.
automatically executing trades based on proven strategies.
That's the idea.
Wow. These indices really seem to tick a lot of boxes. For traders who are seeking to automate their trading,
Yes.
potentially maximize their returns,
Uh-huh.
and improve their overall trading experience.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay,
Of course, it's essential to remember that no trading strategy is foolproof,
it's not.
and there are always risks involved.
There are.
Leverage can amplify losses,
Right.
market conditions can change, and past performance is never a guarantee of future results.
Of course.
But I think these tactical indices,
Yeah.
they represent a significant step forward
Forward.
in the evolution of trading,
Yeah.
offering traders a powerful new set of tools
Cool.
to potentially navigate the silver market with greater efficiency.
And potentially enhanced returns.
Exactly.
Now, before we move on to the risk consideration,
Okay.
let's talk about the contrarian strategies.
Contrarian strategy.
These are the indices that aim to profit
Yeah,
from those moments when the market reviews its course, right?
that's right. For the traders who like to zig when the market zags.
I like that.
Okay.
So walk us through how the contrarian strategies work.
The silver RSI pullback index,
Okay.
for example, is designed to capitalize on potential downward corrections
Okay.
when silver might be getting ahead of itself.
Head of itself.
Yeah, when the RSI is high, signaling a potential overbought condition.
Okay.
This index automatically simulates a 3x leveraged short position. Looking to profit from a possible downward correction or pullback?
So it's like a built-in safety net for those times when silver's price
Yeah,
might be getting a little too exuberant.
that's a good way to think about it. It's trying to catch that moment
That moment.
when the market takes a breather after a strong run.
Yeah.
And then we have the silver RSI rebound index,
Rebound index.
which is the mirror image of the pullback index.
So the opposite.
Yeah.
Walk me through it.
When the RSI is low, suggesting silver might be oversold,
Uh-huh.
this index automatically mimics a 3x leveraged long position,
Okay.
aiming to profit from a potential upward reversal or rebound.
So it's like setting a spring-loaded trap to catch silver when it bounces back from a dip.
That's a very vivid analogy.
I try.
It's trying to capture those moments.
When silver finds its footing
Yeah,
and starts to climb again.
exactly.
So with these contrarian strategies,
Okay.
it's almost like you're betting against the prevailing trend,
In a way, yes.
hoping to catch those turning points in the market.
It's a more contrarian approach,
Okay.
but it can be a powerful way to potentially profit from market reversals.
Especially when combined with the insights provided by the RSI.
Exactly.
Now, these tactical indices
Yeah,
seem like they could be a real game changer for silver traders,
it could be.
offering a level of automation and sophistication that we haven't seen before.
I agree.
But I'm also aware that any trading strategy,
Right.
especially one that involves leverage,
Yes,
comes with risks.
you're absolutely right. While these indices offer a lot of potential benefits,
Yeah.
it's crucial to understand and manage the risks involved. And that's what we'll focus on next.
That's what I like to hear. Responsible trading is always the name of the game. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
talking about the potential of Deriv's silver RSI tactical indices.
Right.
But as with all things in trading,
Yeah,
we got to talk about the risks.
we do. No trading strategy is without its downsides.
That's the truth. So let's dive right in. What are those key things traders need to be aware of before they jump in?
Before they incorporate these indices into their trading plans.
Exactly. What should they be thinking about?
Well, the first thing to remember is leverage.
Leverage.
It can amplify losses
Yeah,
just as easily as it magnifies gains.
so true.
And this is true for any leveraged product.
Right.
Tactical indices are no exception.
So risk management is key.
It's absolutely essential.
Things like stop loss orders,
Yeah.
managing position sizes,
Absolutely.
having a clear exit strategy.
All of that.
Got to have a plan.
You do. Now, specifically with tactical indices,
Okay.
it's important to remember that they're based on technical analysis,
Right.
and no technical indicator is perfect.
I see.
The RSI can generate false signals.
False signals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning there will be times when the market doesn't behave as the indicator predicts.
So it's not a foolproof system.
No trading system is foolproof.
That's a good point to remember.
It is. That's why diversification is so important. And a solid understanding of the underlying asset.
Which in this case is silver.
Exactly.
Are there any other risks specific to tactical indices?
Well, another consideration is that they're relatively new.
Relatively new.
Yeah.
Okay.
While Deriv has a long track record,
I mean, 25 years.
right, a long track record of innovation in online trading,
Yeah,
there's always a degree of uncertainty when dealing with new products.
that's a good point.
It is. It's important to approach any new trading instrument with caution.
Caution.
Yeah, and do your research.
Absolutely. And as with any trading strategy, past performance,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily indicative of future results.
Right. Just because an index has performed well in the past.
Doesn't mean it'll continue to do so.
Exactly. Market conditions can change, volatility can
All
spike.
sorts of unforeseen events.
Exactly. All of which can impact the performance of any trading strategy.
So staying informed is key.
It is.
Adapting your strategies as needed.
Yes.
Always managing your risk prudently.
Couldn't agree more.
So to sum up, while the potential benefits of silver RSI tactical indices are exciting,
They are.
it's essential to approach them with a realistic understanding of the risks.
Absolutely. Responsible trading is all about balancing those potential rewards with potential risks.
Well said. Now, for traders who are intrigued by all of this,
Intrigued by
this idea of automating their silver trading
right?
and potentially leveraging the power of the RSI,
Okay.
what would you recommend as a first step?
I'd say education is key.
Education.
Take the time to learn how these tactical indices work,
Okay.
the different strategies they offer,
All right.
and the risks involved.
Deriv has some great resources on their website, don't they?
They do. And they also offer demo accounts.
Demo accounts.
Yeah.
Those are great.
They are. It's a fantastic way to test drive these indices.
In a risk-free environment.
Exactly.
So you can get comfortable with the platform, the indices,
Right.
and how they behave.
Yeah, and different market conditions before risking real capital.
Exactly.
Right.
And once you're feeling confident,
Right.
you can start small,
Start small.
gradually increase those position sizes as you gain experience.
Excellent advice.
Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive into silver RSI tactical indices.
We have.
And it seems like these instruments offer a lot.
They do.
This compelling blend of automation,
Right.
sophistication,
Uh-huh.
and that potential for maximizing returns.
Exactly.
But as with any trading strategy,
Yeah.
risk management and a thorough understanding of how these things work are absolutely paramount.
Well summarized,
Thank you.
these indices represent a significant step forward in the evolution of trading.
They do.
But they are tools.
Tools.
And like any tool, they need to be used responsibly and with knowledge.
We hope you found it insightful and informative. Until next time, happy trading, everyone.
The products offered on our website are complex derivative products that carry a significant risk of potential loss. CFDs are complex instruments with a high risk of losing money rapidly due to leverage. You should consider whether you understand how these products work and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. Trading conditions, products, and platforms may differ depending on your country of residence. For more information about our offerings, visit our website at deriv.com.